On today's show, German automakers are facing tens of billions of dollars in fines over collusion. The Chrysler Pacifica is going to get a brother from Dodge, and Infiniti redesigns the biggest vehicle in its lineup to look even bigger. All that and more coming right up on Autoline Daily. This is Autoline Daily, the show for enthusiasts of the automotive industry. Well, it sure looks like the Chrysler Pacifica minivan is going to get a brother. Auto Forecast Solutions reports that the Dodge Grand Caravan will go out of production at the end of 2019 and will be replaced with a new van called the Dodge Atlantis. Get it? Pacifica, Atlantis? The two names do go together. A new report from IHS Markit says that ride-sharing is going to hurt new car sales. Right now, there are about 300,000 cars used for ride-sharing in the US, Europe, China, and India. But by 2040, there will be 10 million ride-sharing cars, and each of those cars can take the place of 15 privately owned vehicles. IHS says that's going to bring the growth in new car sales down to a crawl. And that same study predicts that 30% of all cars will be battery electrics by 2040. It predicts that as battery costs fall, consumer acceptance will go up. And maybe they're right, but I beg to differ. Let's take a look at hybrid cars. The first one appeared in the US market 18 years ago. There are now 31 different hybrid models. There's no range anxiety with hybrids. You don't need to search for a charging station, and they are price competitive. A base Prius is only $24,000. And yet hybrids only represent 2% of new vehicle sales. So if the public isn't very interested in hybrids, that suggests battery electrics could have a harder time than BEV proponents suggest. So what do you think? If electric cars match the price of piston engine cars, will the public warmly embrace them, or are sales going to be more like hybrids? Still to come, German automakers want to spend billions on electric cars, but they may end up paying that money in fines.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone Tires, your journey, our passion. Dow Automotive Systems, advanced materials that deliver better results. Lear, a global leader in automotive seating and electrical systems. And by Hyundai, better drives us.
Earlier this year, Cadillac launched an on-demand vehicle subscription service called Book Cadillac in New York City. Things are going so well, they're expanding the service to Los Angeles and Dallas. For $1,800 a month, members can choose different Cadillacs to drive, and a concierge will drop it off wherever you want. You can exchange vehicles 18 times a year, and it includes maintenance and insurance. Cadillac says Book is bringing in new and younger customers. German automakers are in a world of trouble with European Union authorities. Ward's Auto reports that Audi, Daimler, BMW, Porsche, and Volkswagen are accused of violating antitrust laws and are facing fines of nearly $60 billion. The collusion, which the German media has dubbed Das Kartell, centers around the AdBlue fluid that's needed to control diesel emissions. That system needs a 5-gallon tank to work properly. However, the German automakers are accused of colluding to use only a 2-gallon tank, which makes AdBlue ineffective. Volkswagen and Daimler could see reduced penalties since they're the ones who blew the whistle on the others. But the automakers could still be sued by individuals or companies in the EU, and it's also possible they could be slapped with additional fines by US authorities. Coming up next, Infiniti redesigned its biggest SUV, and it redesigned it to look even bigger.
Lear Connexus is the new application suite in vehicle connectivity designed to deliver over-the-air software updates and more from Lear Corporation's E-Systems, leaders in power and data management.
As you all know, we love keeping track of sales of big semis because they are a leading indicator of what will happen in the economy in the near future. And sales of Class 8 semis are skyrocketing. Ward's reports that sales shot up a whopping 37% last month. In fact, the total heavy and medium duty segment was up 27%. And the same thing is happening in Canada. Sales of mediums and heavies were up a staggering 50%. And numbers like these suggest a warm and sunny climate ahead for the American and Canadian economies. One of the most profitable segments in the automotive industry is with full-size SUVs, and Infiniti just pulled the wraps off the newest version of the QX80. The styling is more angular and sculpted than the outgoing model, and it is deliberately designed to look longer. Maybe they didn't have to. It's big, over 17 feet long, more than 6 feet tall, and 6.5 feet wide. Power comes from a 400 horsepower 5.6-liter V8. Inside, you'll find all the double stitching, French seams, and quilted leather that are de rigueur of today's luxury SUVs. There are far more details on the QX80 than we could possibly go into here. To get all the information that's available, click on the link in today's show transcript, which you can find at our website at www.autoline.tv. And hey, don't forget to join us on Autoline After Hours this Thursday. We'll have Mike O'Brien, the head of product planning for Hyundai Motor America, on the show. What does Hyundai have up its sleeve? Well, join me and Gary Vasilash to find out. That's Thursday, starting live at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And with that, we wrap up today's show. Thanks for watching, and please join us again tomorrow.